Steve Martin, we're here at Club BRP 2025, and I'm standing in front of the deep snow segment.
So what's your go-to sled? Are you a Summit X guy, or maybe this Neo back here?
Oh yeah, the Neo for sure, you know. Now I do own a Neo actually, and it's 85 horsepower this year, so that's exciting.
Yeah, that is really exciting.
Yeah.
Right? Well, we were talking about that, like we need to do a Neo day with all the ambassadors and a bunch of people out there.
I will dominate with 85 horsepower. That's where my height and weight difference are a huge advantage.
Well, your height weight difference on a 146 turbo probably comes into play too.
Still my go-to, that 146.
Right, so talk about the 146 turbo. Like you've been rocking that thing all year, right?
Yeah, and it's been the most fun snowmobile I've ever rode. It's so nimble in the trees, and I got not a hate, but a lot of criticism on the internet. Like that's not a mountain sled. You're going to be stuck all day, and that's not the case at all. That thing goes in the snow.
So what do you think about the 25? You haven't been on it yet, have you?
No, I have not been on it. So I've been relying on you because you've spent a little bit of time on it, but I really trust engineering, and they put the rack steering in it, and it makes a lot of sense to me. There's a reason they use it in snowcross. There's a reason they put it in the backcountry. It's for really aggressive riders, and that's the Freeride is built for a really aggressive rider. So in my mind, really heavy landings where you're bottoming the front end, I think there's gonna be less feedback in the handlebars. Technical terrain, I guess it's gonna be a little more steering effort, but for the free rider, the guy that's going to buy a free rider, I don't think that's a big issue. You know, I'm definitely going to compromise the steering effort for more control. So
you think that's a good move, though, right? Like it's further separating the free ride from the X and the Expert.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing. You know, we need three separate snowmobiles. One's not necessarily better than the other, but if you really know what you were looking for, you're really going to be able to find the right snowmobile for you.
So. You spend a lot of time on the X or the Expert. Like, what's your next go-to after that for your riding?
My Expert, for sure. I have a 23 Expert that I kept. It's a 154 3-inch. I love the 34-inch front end on the Gen 5s. It really complements the skinnier running boards, the skinnier side panels. It's a side hilling machine, and if I'm not on my free ride, Expert's my second choice.
All right. So what do you think about the going piggyback shocks on the Expert for 25?
I think that's a great move. I always thought that would be an upgrade I would do myself, because the Expert rider is riding super technical terrain and they're really pushing the limit, so you need a shock that complements the rest of that package, and that's the Pro 36.
All right, so what are you going to pick for next year for 25 going into the season?
146 turbo. My 146 has been rode like a rented mule, so it has a ton of miles on it, and there's nothing wrong with it, but except for I've hit about every tree in the Rocky Mountains, so it's not as nice looking as it was 2 months ago, but I'm going to need a refresh, and I want that rack steering.
How many bumpers have you gone through?
A whole bunch. I put a new one on, and I'm going to stop putting new ones on because every time I put a new one on, I just smash the new one. So I just pull it out, and I'll clean it up this summer.
If you stop replacing the bumper, though, you're going to start replacing plastic.
That's true. Well, the hood's broke too, but I did get a new hood, so I'll put that on when I get home.
We won't mention that.
It looks good from far, but far from good. It's just cosmetic, though. So.
Well, all you got to do is slow down like the rest of us.
No, I've rode with you. Nothing slow about the way you ride.
No, we're slow.